help each other down here. Lean on me, right? All right, good morning, CSL Palm Desert. How are you this morning?
We good?
Oh, it's so good to see you here this morning. All right, let's get right into our messages. Today we're having our member council meeting at 12:30 in the Ohm Room, and that is a group they are made up strictly of our congregants and things that you want to see here at the center and be a part of. If you have ideas, you want to participate, you want to lead something, join them today at 12:30 in the Ohm Room. What else? Next week, Daniel's going to be here, and we just put this together on the spur of the moment. We're going to have a concert right after the second service. So if you want to join us and be here, please mark that on your calendar for next Sunday. And then we also have Francine's classes starting January the 20th, her first in a series, Spiritual Lessons from Children's Books. There's flyers out there, and you can also sign up for that. And then we have our Beyond Grief, our beautiful, beautiful Gail, who will be doing our prayer today. She's doing a workshop. If you're going through any grief, it doesn't have to be just somebody who's made their transition. It could be any kind of loss, anything, a job or whatever. Please join her. She's fabulous, and there's registration. She'll probably be out there, too, if you have any questions about that.
Yeah, let's say one more thing about that. It's not a group support group.
Right.
It's not a support group. It's to help you facilitate and move your way through grief. So if you've had a loss or a significant loss in any way of your life, it's not just a support group where people talk. It's helped you to facilitate to move on. Okay?
Right, and also make sure you pre-register at least 3 days prior, because she gets a whole packet of information, and it just helps her and it helps you for that. So make sure you sign up for that. And then our Holly is going to be doing a decluttering from the inside out, and she is really great about getting the clutter out of your life, so to make room for the good. And she'll be out there too if you have any questions about that class. It's a coaching class, so the cost is a love offering, and that starts February 5th. And we need volunteers for the Tour de Palm Springs. Those of you and then we've had so many of you that have participated. It's a great way to be of sacred service to the community, to the center. We get a portion of the money for all our volunteers, and we put that in our youth program. So Mimi is in charge of that. Please sign up on the patio. That's February 8th and the 9th. And I think that's it. I did want to mention that we're doing the live Facebook. I don't think we have a slide for this. We're doing the live Facebook, and we're going to do one here at the center with an audience, where we would love to have audience participation. So if you think it's something you're interested in, we don't know exactly what date and what time, probably during the week, if you'd sign up and put your email address on there, and we will send you an email when we have it all set up.
How many of you are on Facebook? Raise your hand if you're on Facebook. How many of you know that we have a 1 o'clock live program every week on Facebook?
Oh, I know.
Every day. All right? If you don't know about it and you're on Facebook, log into Facebook, check out our website, get it hooked up so we can get you to that
right. And if you're not available at 1, always go back and see it anyway, where there's a lot of great information out there that we talk about. So, and I think that's it. So I'm going to turn this over to Jerry Lynn, who's going to introduce our guest singer, and I'm so excited. I've been wanting her here for so long.
Okay, then. You're in for a treat.
Good morning.
Amy Steinberg, she's amazing. Not only is she an amazing singer and great writer, which you're going to hear here in just a moment, but she's also artistic. She's out there. She's got these beautiful pieces that she created herself. And
go on.
Gorgeous. I know Gina and I were broke. Spent next week's pay. But anyways, she's also a musical director down in San Diego. Which church are you?
Universal Spirit Center with Rev Kath.
And we have her today, so here we go.
I've been wanting to be here forever. I'm so happy to meet you all. One step, hey! Old time Billy. God is in you. First service. nervous. We're really getting down, right? Are we gonna have some hard stops here? Follow your intuition and the passion that you got. Be pulled by your vision, don't get pushed by your thoughts. Everything experienced is energetic, so be aware of energy you give and you get it. Out of the routine, slip into observer state. Change your mind by say yes to your highest and your best. What you desire, you can straight up manifest. It's good news, right? 3, 4. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of God. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. Practicing the presence of God. Make a mental path once, just do it. Surrender to the God in you. One step, do not be afraid. You are so powerful. You are so powerful. The power is in I. One step, one step. It only takes one step in the right direction. Yeah. Here we go. One step, one step. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Amy Steinberg.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, here. I felt like I should have been on a beach going like this. Yeah, one step. Yeah, drink it up. Where's the lime, man? Where's the lime? I know. See, you got me going. Yeah, I'm warming up for my February trip. Yeah, exactly. Well, not really, but okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. How many here for the very first time? Welcome. We're glad you're here. Welcome. So every week we open up with our mission statement. It reminds us why we're here. Why do we come to the center, do what the center does? And so we open up by repeating our mission statement every week. Please join me. We are a faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives, one heart at a time. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in, and a sigh in the exhale. Sigh like you just finished cleaning the garage. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Sigh. There we go. Settle in. Settle in for the spiritual journey that we're going to take today. Allow yourself to hit pause on all the things that you think you need to figure out or resolve. The things you're looking to find an answer, stop looking. Just be. Just be in this moment. You know, I use the word surrender a lot, and I use it not in giving up and not in saying I'm right, you're right, I'm wrong, but I use it so that I don't have to carry around the burden of whatever it is any longer. I know that there's something greater than me that's moving in, around, and through me. And when I surrender to that power, things are resolved. All to Spirit I surrender. All to Thee I freely give. I will always love and trust you, and in your presence daily live. All to Spirit I surrender. All that's good is wholly mine. In your presence, in this oneness, through you I am power divine, and I surrender all. Spirit, I surrender all.
As I breathe in this life and feel its invitation deep within my own heart, I recognize the light, the love, the wisdom that is the Universal One, continuously expressing to me, through me, and as me. And I am so grateful to know that what indwells me indwells each person here. For I am one with the One, and it is one with absolutely everything. And I fully and deeply realize that cosmic energy exists everywhere. And when I press my thought into it, it becomes form. I create a mold out of my mind. And when I attach my thoughts and my beliefs with my feelings, my expectations become my reality. I demonstrate what I embody. And I am so grateful today for the awareness that my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs, and my actions are vitally important in creating the life that I choose. And today, with a grateful heart, I trust, I accept, and I let go, and I let God. And if this resonates with you, please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. From a world full of chaos and noise. So I awake in this holy silence. I hear all that has never been said, and right here in this holy silence I find God when I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. From a world full of chaos and noise. So I awake in holy silence. I hear all that needs to be said, and right here in this holy silence we find God when we find ourselves. And I find God when I find myself. And you find Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale out. One more time. Deep breath in. And exhale out. So in the month of January, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin.
Oh my God, that's cool.
Wow. We live in paradise.
Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light, yeah. I open my heart, even in the dark. The light of my God always shines bright, even in the night. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light. Let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel of love. Let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel of love. I open my heart this miracle day. The love of my God gives me it all good I can take. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious,
vessel. Let me be a vessel of love. Let me be a vessel. Let me be a vessel of love. Let me be a vessel. Let me be a vessel. Let me be a vessel. Spirit divine, let me shine your light.
Amy Steinberg. Yeah, girl.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living Palm Desert. My name is Dale Olansky. I am a member of the Abundance Committee. And as you know, last week we launched our 2019 Stepping It Up campaign. And last week we talked about commitment, committing to ourselves, knowing how worthy and deserving we are to have a wonderful, powerful life. And so knowing that, I know you've all thought about that all week long, correct? You're ready to make the commitment. So the next step is visioning. And this is the fun part, because this is where we get to open up our heart, our soul, and see what it is we want to bring into the next year of our lives. And so I'm going to turn to the video right now where you will learn a little bit more.
We can change the world.
And tell the universe what you want coming into your life. Now is the time to tell the universe exactly what you would like your life look like, and we do that by creating
there, and what your vision is for your life in 2019.
As a center, the mission statement that we say every single week says that our mission is to change lives one heart at a time. Well, how would you like your life to change in 2019? What is that vision you have to take your life higher, to step up your life? To live a life that's fuller and more of what you want. By going through the visioning process and making a commitment to that vision, you start creating that life and bring it into reality.
And our vision for you, for our whole center, is that we all create the perfect vision for ourselves. And next year when we do our testimonials, we are going to have so many of them, because your vision is going to manifest with our help and with your persistence in making your dreams come true.
So we're going to have Laura Meeks here next Sunday, and she is a certified coach with Mary Morrissey, and she's going to help you set your vision and help you start getting that vision clear in your mind. And if you'll notice on the form that you have, we'll have our practitioners praying for you, holding that vision. And if you want, we will have a practitioner assigned to you to just check in quarterly, because you need to be accountable. This month is all about commitment and accountability.
Yes, and I'm one of the practitioners who will be doing that. And I really look forward to working with people. We train a lot, and our goal as practitioners is to be of service. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to reach out and help you create the life of your dreams.
So make sure that you fill out the forms that you received for creating your vision, and make sure you do all of the different areas: health, relationships, creative expression, and financial prosperity. And you can turn those into us, and we'll get a practitioner to work with you if that's your choice. But make sure that you take the time to put your dreams on paper so that we can activate the life that you want to live. So join us on this wonderful journey we're all taking together to make our vision manifest by being accountable, by committing to it, and doing everything our center can do as a whole community to bring all of our dreams so we all can rise up in our lives and have the life that we were here to live.
And we can change the world.
So these are the forms. We teach here that there are no limits. So I want you to remember that as you're looking over this stuff, let go of any reservations you have. Let go of that part of your mind that says, no, I can't, that's impossible. Put that aside and let spirit rise up and bring to you what it is that you are here to live and enjoy your life. One thing I do want to say, next week is not going to be the visioning. We're going to have it the last Sunday of the month, January 27th. So bring your forms back to us January 27th. We'll be meeting after services, and we'll have fun visioning together. Visioning is fun. You get to create a whole new life for yourself, and we're going to support you in that. So join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. All right, you ready to get to work on how to do that? Yeah, I am too. Let's go. Last week we talked about the thing itself, chapter 1 in our textbook. The thing itself, talking about God or Spirit or Lord, whatever you want to call it. And the entire problem of limitation, evil, suffering, and uncertainty is not God ordained, but is the result of? And didn't we talk about that word last week? Ignorance, the core word, the central word being ignore, ignoring our greater good, not stepping into it. And another thing, our teaching is not a special revelation of any individual. It's the culmination of all revelations. That's why we welcome all faith traditions into the center here. Look, you can bring the best of whatever. If you were a Baptist, I want you to be a great Baptist and a science of mind follower, right? If you're Jewish, if you're a Christian, if you're an agnostic or atheist, still come. Give it a shot. Listen. Hear what you allow yourself to know that we're taking the very best of the best and moving it into our own experience. All right, let's go. The way it works in your vision, that's what we're going to talk about today. David Thoreau, on your paper, on the other side of where the fill-out area is, where you're to fill it out, this is one of the most profound statements from David Thoreau, all right? Henry David Thoreau. If one advances in the direction of their dreams and endeavors to live the life they are imagining, one passes an invisible boundary. All sorts of things begin to occur that would have never otherwise occurred. One meets with a success unexpected in common hours. Really? Really? That's all I'm getting? Try again. All right, yes. Thank you. Wake up. Here we go. If you advance in the direction of your dreams, think about it. Every time I've set a goal, and I really start thinking, okay, this is what I want to achieve in my life, suddenly, out of nowhere, certain things begin to happen. The next step begins to appear in front of me, and then the next step. Now, it may not happen in my timeline, but if I pay attention enough, things begin to happen. As soon as you advance, I love this, advance in the direction of your dreams and endeavor to live in the life imaginable, things begin to happen that would have never normally happened before. Have you ever experienced that? Once you begin to do that, so we're going to teach you how to do that. Here we go. Dr. Ernest Holmes. We are thinking, willing, knowing, conscious centers of life. We are surrounded by, immersed in, and there is a flowing through us of a creative something. Call it what you will. So, here's your affirmation. Go for it. Ready? I am a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious center of life. Do that again. I am a... Stop. Are you thinking? Are you really thinking, or are you allowing people to tell you what to think? Are you listening to other people trying to give you their opinion in hopes that they will like somehow convince you that they're right and you're wrong? So are you independently thinking about what is the greater good for your life? Now let's proceed. Let's start again. I am a thinking, willing, stop. Are you willing? Are you really willing to do what it takes, right? Every year, New Year's resolutions. I'm going to go to the gym. Right? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm willing. I'm going to do it. And again, you go for like 2 days till you're sore, then you don't go again. Am I really willing to put in what it takes to be in a relationship? Am I really willing to do what it takes to improve my health? Am I really willing? Am I willing or am I not? Do I say I want it, but I really won't do what it takes necessary to make it happen? So I have to make sure I'm really willing. And an honest look in the mirror will tell you that. Because sometimes we say things because we think people want to hear them, but if we actually were to execute the plan, it would be the furthest thing from our mind. Anybody? Yes. Oh, come on. Really? Anybody? Yes. Thank you. Okay, we all do that. I am a thinking, willing, knowing. Are you do it now. I am a thinking, willing, knowing. Are you knowing or are you hoping? There's a big difference between knowing and hoping. I'm a thinking, willing, knowing, not hoping. Hoping is like a step below knowing. I don't want to hope I get better. I want to know I get better. I don't want to hope that my relationships are loving. I want to know that I'm in loving relationships. There's a difference between hoping and knowing. Let's say it all together now. I am a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious. Stop. Are you conscious? That's a big question. People think, oh, I'm conscious, I'm here. No, but sometimes we just do the same thing every day, say every day. We are on autopilot. We're not being consciously conscious. We're just actually going through life. So all together, please. I am a thinking, willing, knowing center of life. There we go. Everyone consciously or unconsciously is seeking a relationship with whatever you want to call this, God, Spirit, Lord, whatever it is. Everyone is consciously or unconsciously seeking a relationship. You know why? Because you know when life doesn't feel right, you're now trying to seek a relationship that is in balance with what that thing is. The good that that thing is. Does that make sense? You can call it whatever you want. Its name is irrelevant. But you know when you know that your life is not exactly where you want it to be. So you're actually seeking a conscious relationship with whatever that is that will bring you back into a sense of harmony and balance and order. It doesn't matter what you call it. Now, I choose to call it God just because it's easier for me to identify with that. But some people don't even like the word God, and that's totally cool. So that's why I left it blank there. Because I want you to understand that consciously and even subconsciously, we're always seeking to align ourselves with whatever that is that makes us feel good about our life. Does that make sense? So you have to ask yourself, when it comes to my health, when it comes to my relationships, my finances, that are on that page today, what are you seeking to become in alignment with? In order to create your vision statement, you have to acknowledge that I want to become in alignment with this, whatever that power is, to create better health, better relationships, creative financing, creative expression, whatever that is. All of that is to align ourselves with the presence, and so our vision starts there. What does it mean for you to be in alignment with that? We shall find a better God when we shall arrive at a higher standard for ourselves and all humankind. Ooh, what do you think we all email that to all representatives of Congress? Huh? Right? We shall arrive at a better standard, at a better God, when we lift up ourselves and we lift our standards on every side, right? What is your standard? Do you have a higher standard right now, or are you living a life of status quo? Are you okay with status quo? And if you're okay with status quo, life continues to march on and expand, so status quo continues to march on and expand, and you stay in the same place, you're actually behind. You know what I'm saying? Because the universe continues to expand, and if I'm stationary, if I'm not moving, if I'm stagnant, the universe continues to expand, and I'm not part of that expansion. I'm actually slipping backwards as the graph goes. Does that make sense? All right? Together, please. Thank you. Here we go. If God is to interpret itself to us, it must interpret itself through us. If God is to interpret itself to us, it has to work through us. So you have to ask the question, how is God currently showing up? Currently showing up in your health. However it's currently showing up in your health is how you're interpreting God as health. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. No. And how is God currently showing up in your relationship? Oh, no. Are you getting my point? Right? Okay, same with your finances, your creative expression. All of it's part of the one thing. Right? If it's going to work if it's going to interpret itself to us, the only thing that can happen is by means of us. And right now, your interpretation is the life that you're expressing right now. Getting busy on that form, aren't we? Okay. In our ignorance of the truth, again, the word ignorance meaning what? Say it again. Ignore, right? I'm doing a lesson. Have you noticed this is more lesson teaching, right? In the ignorance of the truth, we have misused the highest power we possess. Misuse equates to what? Suffering. Ooh. So that means if I'm suffering, I need to acknowledge that somewhere I have misused this highest spiritual law, this truth. Misuse equates to suffering. What I'm trying to get at is this. When we look at how this thing works, we have to look at how our life currently is and then back our way into how I got there. Because everything is a cause and effect relationship. So if I'm here, if I am the plant already, if I'm the plant, okay, because I've already, the seed is over here and here is the plant. I am living this demonstration as a plant, right? What my life is, my finances, my relationships, whatever that is. If it's not the plant I want, I have to back myself up and figure out what seed I placed here to get that. So that's why I'm saying, when I bring this lesson up, I have to bring it up in reverse. I have to have you look at your life and then flip it upside down and say, how did I get here? Because I can tell you, you got there because of the way you believe today. Now, and you may say to me, but that's not what I've been saying in my mind because I've wanted a better experience. I said, but what you say in your mind isn't always what you're doing in your work. Are you there? The sum total of our thought excuse me, I'm losing my voice already. The sum total of our thought, will, purpose, and belief creates a tendency in this law that creates us to react, creates it to react to us according to the sum total of that belief. Let me back into this. The sum total of our thought, our will, our purpose, and belief creates a tendency. Key word, tendency. Say it. Tendency. You have to know where the tendency of your thought goes. You can say something that I want to have fabulous, loving relationships, but if my mouth is always talking about how dysfunctional my relationships are, and my belief is I'm thinking about how dysfunctional my relationships are, the tendency of my thought is not loving relationships. The tendency of my thought is, wah, 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 wah. It's not working. Are you with me? It's the tendency, okay, creates a tendency in this law that helps create, it reacts to us according to the sum total of our beliefs. So it's our tendency. If you were to measure, if you had a scale of 1 to 100, and I'm talking about, let's say, your financial security, okay? And your financial security, what is the internal dialogue you have about financial security? Is it a good one? Or is it one based on fear? Like if you look at your phone and all the numbers are red on your stocks, does suddenly you go, ah! You know what I'm saying? Anybody? Say amen. Okay, I could relate because I do that sometimes too. You know, look, I'm teaching you again what I need to hear. How does that sound? All right? So, the sum total of our thoughts. Together, please. I am a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious center of life. Say it again. I am a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious center of life. So it's not a question of its willingness, God's willingness, nor its ability, God's ability. It is entirely a question of what? My own receptivity. Yeah. The universe is always the universe. God is always God. It's never moved. The only person that's ever moved has been my idea of what God is and how God is or isn't serving me and my needs. Does that make sense? That's big. We don't have a tricky prayer that you have to give or a saint you have to pray to gain access to this power. There is no gatekeeper here. There is no trick. There's no magic. Okay? Last week we talked about commitment and how to build your commitment to your own life and how we're committed to creating a life for you and the opportunity to do that. This week we're talking about how do you create your receptivity to this greater vision of your life. And if you can't even write it down, how do you expect the universe to provide it to you? It can't. So when we talk about writing this down, don't just set this paper in the trash or on the pile of things to do. Set it up to the very top. Because if you can't define it, then you can't complain that you don't have it. Thank you, Chelsea. All right. Ignorance, because guess what? Ignorance of the law excuses no one from its effects. That electricity that's going through that doesn't care if I know how to use it or not. It just knows how to do, if I plug it in, if I plug a plug in the way a plug is meant to be plugged in, it will work. If I decide to do something funky with a knife and put a knife in it, it will work the way it works, but it will work its way through me and electrocute me. It's just being the electricity. My ignorance is what causes the problem. The source is always the source. It's our ignoring how the source works that puts us in places we don't want to be. Is this making sense? So, the approach should be direct and it should be specific. Don't write a novel down on your vision statement. What is it that you want? Speak clearly what you want. Be direct about it. Don't be wishy-washy, because then guess what you get? A wishy-washy demonstration. And the mechanical accuracy of the law. It knows nothing of age or sex or religion or how bad you've been or how good you've been. We don't like to think of God as the mechanical accuracy because we want to think of God as, fluffy and lovey and like this. And that is definitely what God is. But it's also very accurate. Very accurate. When I say stuff that I really don't want and I get it, I have to understand, oh my God, you just asked for that. You know? Just the other day, typical Joe, right? I'm like, I've had a problem with my right knee, right? You've been watching me all recover from that. So I was fully recovered from that. And I'm bouncing up the steps. And I said, oh my God, I feel so good. I was walking up my steps to my bedroom. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so good. And so I said to myself, you know what? I don't know when. I hope that doesn't happen again. Going to happen again tomorrow. Less than 12 hours, don't worry. This popping up the steps thing, you won't feel that for a while again. I'm like, damn you, that's Joe. And I get mad at myself and I metaphysically beat up myself because I set myself up for it. If we can only conceive a little good, this is as much as we'll experience. If we can only conceive a little, how much are we going to get? A little. I always use that example. If I told you that the Salton Sea was the fountain of youth, and that, or better yet, no, I'm on a limited income. What did you just tell the universe? Thanks for the limit. You're not going to get anywhere past the limit. This whole idea of, no, I'm good enough. No, your good can always get better. And now that doesn't mean you're taking away from someone else. It's just the universe is about expansion. It's about having, if you had more, would you give more? If I had more energy, would I do more? Science of mind demonstration. We set the mark high, and man, we got one. 10 days later. 10 days later after that, meeting with her. And I'm like, 2 men, 1 baby, 10 days, okay. Something's working. Set the mark high. It's funny, I think I've shared with you before, because I used to come out here when we didn't even live out here, and I used to sit there and watch Dr. Tom do his little soft shoe thing and sing and do his talks, and I kept, in the back of my mind, I'm like, wouldn't that be fun one day to do that? I had no calling to be a minister. It wasn't a calling, but I thought, wouldn't that be really fun to be able to talk to people and change their lives and motivate them and, just do the whole thing and make it all happen? That wouldn't be great vocation? Someday, maybe someday I'll do that. You were a real witch back then. Anyway, never mind. If one advances in the direction, let's say this slowly together. If one advances in the direction of their dreams and endeavors to live the life they are imagining, one passes through an invisible boundary. All sorts of things begin to occur that never otherwise would have occurred. One meets with this success unexpected in common hours. That's some powerful stuff. What it means to me is this: look for qualities of life. I am a person who teaches, put down qualities of life in those 4 categories. Because if I put down a quality of life, then the universe can figure out a way to improve that quality. But if I put down something specific, then it has to provide that specific thing. In other words, when we were looking for a child, we didn't say this child had to be that. We said we want a child. I can do what I want, when I want, how I want it, and pay cash for it. Right? In my relationships, I want loving relationships. I want to improve the relationship that I'm in. My relationship with Trey is great. It can always be improved. Anybody in a marriage? In a relationship? Where you would say it'd be really nice to have, or anyone have kids, or someone you're in a relationship with. It may be good, but I can make it better. So universe, I don't, right? Think about it. If you're bored, that means you're boring. You have to breathe life into your own life. No one's going to be able to breathe life into you. So that means your creative expression, if you're bored, you got to say, okay, what can I do to create this? God, show me ways to find friends and social connections and spiritual connections, and show me a way to book that trip and go with the group to Bhutan or wherever. Whatever it is, show me the way to do this. But you have to ask the universe, and you have to write it down. Because up here, it just gets mixed up in the 10,500 other things you're thinking at the moment. But when you write it down, it gets some traction. It gets rubber. Rubber hits the road when you write it down. So write it down. Bring it back in 2 weeks. We'll work on it in a workshop, and if you want a practitioner to pray for it, we can do that too. Because no one wants you to succeed more than our prayer ministry in the center. That's what they're there for. We're committed to your success if you do your part. Does that make sense? And so ends your lesson. Done.
So I'd like to call our ushers to come forward, please. Please come forward. And those of you that are live streaming, there's a donate button. I just want to tell you, we had so many people use PayPal last week. It was wonderful. I think we broke our records. So you can do PayPal, you can hit the donate button, or you can also text. So let us all together, let's say our offering.
I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Come on, one more time all the way through. And every day I wake up and I say, today I wake up and I say.
Many lives, including my own. And please give the basket to Tom Kelly. He's the chair of our Abundance Committee.
Amy wants to do one more thing for 60 seconds. Go for
All
it.
right,
So
Amy.
I can't pay attention unless I'm writing a rap. It's a
Okay.
way for my ADD. So
Good.
this is crystallizing your talk
Oh.
in rhyme. Okay, here we go. Ignorance is ignoring the greater good, so go in the direction of your dreams like the words of H.D. Thoreau. Set a goal and know, pay attention, follow the light. I'm a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious center of life. There's a difference between hoping and knowing the truth. You are seeking something to align and balance you. Conscious or unconscious, it's happening, yo. We must raise our standard beyond the status quo. We are rising up. We are rising up higher to a new elevation. The life that you are expressing is your interpretation. The sum total of your belief creates a tendency. God is entirely dependent on your receptivity. Sorry, it's a lot. You said a lot. Okay, Bear. The source is always the source. We can't ignore the truth. Stick a knife into spirit, it will electrocute you. It's accurate. Okay? It's accurate. Everything we say we can conceive. Be careful with the words, you'll get twisted like a Christmas tree needs. There's always something more good to have today. There is always more good to have today. 2 men, 10 days, 1 baby, okay. We create our dreams. We create our dreams with the power of belief all the way to
Dr. Reverend Joe from Would You Like Chicken or Beef?
Wow! Oh my God! That's brilliant, man!
Amy Steinberg is in the house. Oh my God! Thank you. Oh my God! I saw Amy last February in Irvine. She was at our national convention. I go, we got to get her here. It took us a while, but thank you. And thank you, Jerry Lynn.
Oh my God, that
oh
was
my
amazing.
God. I knew you guys would just love her.
Thank you, Amy. And Amy's got CDs and all kinds of stuff
jewelry,
that she's created
fabulous.
out there, so stop by
yes,
and see Amy.
stop right out there
Wow.
and see her. All right. Wow, that was so much fun. Okay, so if you're here for the first time, you picked a good week. Anyway, not only that, but would you please stand? We want to welcome you. We have a gift for you. Thank you. All right. Well, welcome. Welcome. What we've given you is a CD holder within the foyer table and pick up a CD of a couple of Dr. Joe's talks. We welcome you if you're from the Valley. We hope you come back. If you're visiting, enjoy yourself. You are in paradise, and we get to live here. Even when it's 120, it's still paradise to us. All right, so over in the Ohm Room, these are our practitioners. Would all my practitioners please stand, and ministers? These are part of our practitioner team, they will be over in the Ohm Room. If you are going through anything, you want to set your vision, plant that seed, them, and they will help you and they will pray for you over there. Thank you. Full calendar next week. Sunday, Daniel Nahmod will be here giving a little concert after the second service. So don't plan anything that afternoon and stick around for that. And don't forget, my book study is over in the conference room on Tuesday. So I think that's it. Okay, let's just do a little closing prayer. So we are open and receptive. We plant that seed. We see that vision. We see and accept more and more good, knowing that our lives are unfolding. And so we just let go of any fears that are there, and just knowing the truth that we are the magnificent creators, and that each person here has taken that call, is aware of who they are, and knowing that there is an opportunity, a way of creating the life that they've thought were only in their dreams. So I know for each person here that Spirit is pressing down upon you, inspiring you with that you are. And so I say thank you. Thank you for this wonderful music today that opened our hearts, for the beautiful prayer that Gail did that just reminded us and also planted that seed.